Right now it's 6 o'clock. Today, people from across the state are going to gather to pay their respects to the family of fallen Hartford detective Robert Garden. We'll tell you what you need to know before his wake today and his celebration of life service tomorrow.
Auto workers are on strike. Thousands walking off the job all across the country, including right here in Connecticut.
Also, it is fair season across the state and beyond. We'll tell you which communities are hosting them this weekend.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good morning. Happy Friday. Thanks for choosing the Fox 61 Morning News at 6, America Arias.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good morning to you. Yes, one of those fairs, the Berlin Fair, which you can come see us at a little later on today after we get off the news desk here. And it looks like the weather's going to be all right for it.
Yeah, we're going to be heading over to the Berlin Fair right after here. Yep. And Sam Samperi, you're saying the weather's going to be okay for that, right?
Yep, the weather is just going to be fine this weekend. We are going to be on the outer fringes. Of course, Hurricane Lee, all eyes on Lee as it heads north now. And it's a Category 1 hurricane, 85 miles per hour winds, and it is moving at a good clip now, going to the north at 16. And our closest arrival here to New England here is basically around tomorrow morning, 3 to 7 a.m. And as it continues to track north, looks like it's going to hit the tip edge of Maine and eastern Canada as we move along this weekend. As far as our weather is concerned, you could see the high clouds now building northward from Hurricane Lee, and that's really what we're going to be dealing with for the next couple of days. We're going to have intervals of high clouds, and that could thicken up for a while, especially in eastern Connecticut. Nothing out west, everything out east here. Right now, we're not expecting any rain, at least for our region for now. Right now, we have temperatures in the 50s, and we do have those clouds around 51 Torrington to 59 in New Haven. Fairly comfortable visibility, not an issue. And those dew points nice and down to those 40s with that north wind. So we have a cool breeze, so we put this into motion. And basically, you can see how the rain shield does come close to eastern New England. Let's take a look at this as we go through tonight and tomorrow morning. But for us, look for a mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures around 70. Coming up, I'll detail our weekend forecast. We'll talk about the impacts of Hurricane Lee. Of course, we did confirm, the National Weather Service confirmed the tornado, and we'll talk about all of that coming up on your Fox 61 7-day forecast in a few minutes. Now over to traffic. How are we doing this morning, Tiffany? Good. Friday, yay to you.
Yes, happy Friday, Sam. Friday shaping up okay on the road so far, so let's check out what's going on. Construction zones wrapping up here in the 6 o'clock hour. However, along the shoreline this morning in Milford, there's a little bit of a slowdown on 95. We can see that traffic sort of creeping out there, but we haven't gotten any word on a crash or whether the construction zone hasn't cleared out there. Otherwise, taking a quick look at the Hartford drive time, smooth sailing on 91 and 84 this morning with a quick look in Waterbury. 84 east and west looking good. Route 8 looking good as well as we end with a live look in Waterbury this morning. Slow down and drive safely out there.
The funeral services for Hartford detective Robert Garden will begin today with a wake at Duncan Park. All of the services are open to the public.
Now, Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is live outside Duncan Park here in downtown Hartford with more on what you can expect to see today if you're planning on going. Brooke, good morning.
Well, hundreds of law enforcement members from across the country are expected to pour into Hartford over the next 2 days, really. They're going to attend both services. Now, these services start at Duncan Park here from 2 to 7 o'clock this afternoon, and anyone is welcome to attend. This is not just open to law enforcement. This is completely open to the public. Now, it has been 9 days since Garden died in a crash while he was on patrol. Police say it happened when a speeding car crashed into his cruiser. Garden was an 8-year veteran of the police force. He served in the patrol and marine divisions, all before joining the street crimes unit. Then this week, the police chief promoted Garden to detective. This is a promotion that he had been working towards and recently applied for. And if you do plan to attend today's services, there will be a lot of road closures downtown. Now, those include Market, Pleasant, Main, and Trumbull streets, and these will start at noon today and continue through around 8 p.m. or so. Free parking will be available near the stadium on Main, Market, and Windsor streets as well. Those will likely be marked by police officers. The services will then continue tomorrow morning with the funeral at the XL Center at 10 o'clock. A police escort procession will bring Garden downtown and then will head to the burial ceremony immediately after. The burial service and the funeral are both open to the public as well. These services are again expected to be completely packed with people from across the state that want to pay their respects, along with law enforcement from across New England and likely from across the country as well. We've seen this happen before. It will likely happen again. Now, all of this information about the services, both today and tomorrow, along with the parking information and the road closures, are all up on FOX61.com. You can look at that throughout the weekend as you need it. Live in Hartford, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Brooke, thank you. And we are going to continue to honor the life and career of Detective Robert Garden, so we hope you stay with us here at Fox 61 for more coverage as his colleagues and the community he served remembers his service. You can always get the latest on FOX61.com and streaming anytime on Fox 61 Plus. Well, new this morning, 13,000 unionized auto workers are now on strike all across the country. This is video here of workers on the picket line right outside of a Ford factory in Wayne, Michigan. The United Auto Workers and Detroit's big three automakers, Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis, failed to reach a new contract. And workers here in Connecticut are going to be hitting the picket line later this morning.
Yeah, Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is live in Windsor with more on what is a history-making strike. Lindsay, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning. Yeah, good morning. Well, workers are expected to hit the picket lines this morning. They're asking for better pay and a shorter work week. Now, all of this comes after negotiations failed between the union workers and the car companies, and their contracts expired overnight. Now, this strike affects thousands of auto workers across the country and workers right here in Windsor. And as you said, this is a historic strike. This is the first time all big three automakers are being targeted at once. That's Ford Motor, General Motors, and Stellantis. The strikes are happening in key locations meant to disrupt the manufacturer's production. United Auto Workers union members are calling this a stand-up strike, which means instead of striking at every plant across the country, different plants will be called on to stand up and walk out on strike. Now, today, that's happening in Windsor at the Ford Parts warehouse for 3 hours during today's workday. The union says it will potentially call more sites to strike, depending on the status of contract negotiations moving forward, which includes a 40% raise and a 32-hour work week for 40-hour pay.
We are committed to winning an agreement with the big three that reflects the incredible sacrifice and contributions UAW members have made to these companies.
The car companies say they were hopeful previous offers would be enough to avoid work stoppages, but are still open to negotiations so work can resume. Now, there might not be a quick end in sight. UAW members say they don't expect to continue negotiations with the car companies today. So that means union workers will be working on their expired contracts. Now, that strike is set to begin at 7:30 here in Windsor, so we'll keep you updated, of course, on air, online, and on Fox 61 Plus. Live in Windsor this morning, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Okay, Lindsay, thank you so much. We appreciate the reporting. Well, today, officials in Derby are going to recount the votes in the city's Republican mayoral primary. Alderman and party-endorsed candidate Gino DiGiovanni is, at least at first count, leading by 10 votes over current mayor Richard Zekin. Whoever wins the primary will face Democrat Joe DiMartino, a former alderman, in November. That being said, should Zekin lose after the recount, he said he does plan to appear on the general election ballot as a petitioning candidate. And he said that's going to happen regardless of the primary results. Fair season is underway across Connecticut and New England, and the fun is really going to ramp up this weekend.
Yeah, get ready. Today is going to mark the first day of the Guilford Fair. Gates opening at 4 p.m. there. It's $10 for anyone 12 and older to get in. According to the website, the Guilford Fair is Connecticut's second oldest agricultural fair. The Berlin Fair continues this morning. Gates there opening at 11 a.m. They close at 10. 13 different live music performances are expected to happen during the course of the weekend. There is a $15 entry fee.
And if you don't mind taking a trip just north of the border, up in West Springfield, Massachusetts, the start of the Big E is just a few hours away, and it's going to run from today all the way through October 1st.
And looking ahead to next weekend, the Durham Agricultural Fair is set to kick off next Thursday, September 21st. That's going to run through the 24th. Fox 61 is going to be at that fair as well, so be sure to come on over and stop by. Say hi. We'd love to see you. And we have a full list of fairs and fun events that you can check out on our Fox 61 News app, or you can check out our website, fox61.com. All that information right there for you.